Good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. I'm your host, Neil Johnson. Yes, down in Fulton County, Georgia, Fani Willis absolutely has no shame. She is running for re-election, but she has big problems on the horizon. Do me a favor, smash that like and subscribe if you're new. But this out of the Washington Examiner, I'm going to pull up some bonus footage in here, some old video of one of these challengers, and I want you to realize that just because somebody may get tossed in an election, that doesn't mean the results are going to be what you want or any better. So Fani Willis faces two challengers for district attorney re-election bid. Okay, Christian Y. Smith, a Democrat who has served as Atlanta City Solicitor and as Fulton County Prosecutor, filed paperwork Friday at the Georgia State Capitol to qualify as a candidate for Willis's position. His announcement came shortly before local attorney Courtney Kramer announced she would also run for the position as a Republican candidate. Now you're going to see here Courtney Kramer actually has some very solid positions, but I want to take you to this throwback video of Fani Willis first.
Yeah. And they want a district attorney with integrity.
Right.
Who will make decisions that are in the interest of the public. They want transparency and accountability. On the campaign trail for the last 5 months, I promised you, the people of Fulton County, that I will be that district attorney. Yes. And tonight I say to you again, you have my word that during my tenure as district attorney in Fulton County, we will be a beacon for justice and ethics in Georgia and in this nation.
All right, so we know she needs to go, but I had to just show you that. It is humorous to think that this lady who's talking about all this is the same lady who lied under oath, who overpaid Nathan Wade so they could go on their romantic tryst together, and also colluded with the White House, the real racketeering, the real RICO case that's going on in Fulton County. But the article goes on to state that the decision by Wise, Smith, and Kramer to run for district attorney comes as the judges weighing whether to disqualify Willis in the sweeping election interference case involving Trump. The defendants are seeking her removal over the appearance of a conflict of interest. It's almost more than an appearance at this point. Wise Smith is the founder of the National Social Justice Alliance and ran against Willis in 2020 when he campaigned on reforming the criminal justice system. He lost the primary to Willis and former District Attorney Paul Howard, who advanced in a runoff. Wise Smith subsequently endorsed Howard. So even back then, at least he was smart enough not to endorse Willis. He also, I look back on this guy, he ran for the Attorney General of the state of Georgia. But just because he wouldn't endorse Willis doesn't mean this is a guy who's really focused on the needs of Atlanta, which is prosecuting real criminals. Check this out.
So predictable. White supremacists are not held accountable because too many politicians lack the courage to call it out. Too afraid that by doing so, they may not be electable. I'm a prosecutor, not a politician. I don't think like a politician. I act like a prosecutor whose job is to keep you safe, which is why I'm the only candidate in this race who has called out white supremacist gangs since the beginning. My opponents can't even say the words white supremacy, so how can we expect them to hold white supremacists accountable? If we want different, we have to vote different. I'm Christian Y. Smith, and it's time.
But that's not Fani Willis's only challenger. She also has this lady, Courtney Kramer. And listen to this from Phil Holloway on X, has qualified to run for Fulton DA in a challenge to Fani Willis. Kramer pledges to focus on the Atlanta crime crisis, violent crime, human trafficking, and organized retail theft. These are the things that matter most to Fulton residents. But do they matter enough? Because, they might say, wow, this guy who's got all these grievances is good, who calls everything white supremacist and whatever. He'd probably get an invite to Joe Biden's State of the Union speech, but listen to this. I looked up some more information on this Courtney Kramer, and you're going to love her. So Veterans for America First, Courtney Kramer joined them as the Election Integrity Ambassador. That's right. This gal's pretty mega. Courtney Kramer joins as Election Integrity Ambassador. She is a practice attorney that represents clients working tirelessly to protect the integrity of our elections. Currently, Courtney is an attorney with the Binal Law Group based in D.C. and is opening the firm's Georgia-based office for political and election law, in addition to joining their defamation practice group. In November 2020, Courtney was one of 10 people on President Trump's official legal team in Georgia for his election lawsuit. She contributed to the writing and passage of the Election Integrity Act of 2021, that's Senate Bill 202, and represented a variety of 501c4 and C3 organizations involved in election integrity efforts following the 2020 election. Most recently, she served as the executive director for True the Vote, overseeing the administration and strategic planning of important investigators into illegal ballot harvesting operations nationwide. People, this lady puts the ultra in ultra mega. She puts the ultra in election integrity. This lady would be fantastic. But you know what else is fantastic? Mike Lindell and MyPillow. MyPillow.com, promo code Lumberjack for huge exclusive savings, people. You guys saw him. Mike Lindell was on the show this last week, offered out some exclusive deals for those utilizing promo code Lumberjack or calling the number 800-568-2865. You can get free shipping on your entire order. That's one of the promotional deals he offered out, as well as the Percale sheets for only $39.98 for a king set. I happen to be a big fan of the Giza sheets. I'm not switching, but those Percale, I know a lot of people really like them. They are very high thread count sheets, supposed to be super, but I'm a Giza sheets guy. You can check those out there too. All right, peace out.